Welcome. Good evening to our fourth and last class of the short webinar series, Eurythmy as COVID Vaccine Support. Thank you for coming. And today we'll go through all of the exercises again to practice them and strengthen you. Let me remind you what it is that we're doing with Eurythmy. Eurythmy as a modern path of mindful movement is inspired to work not only with the etheric body, not only working the flows of energy with us. Eurythmy has this wonderful perspective articulated through the work of anthroposophy that we work out of our spiritual nature, the I am, through your spirit, penetrating into your whole feeling life. No movement in eurythmy can be simply a gesture. Eurythmy has to be filled with emotion, better yet with the word feelings, with soul. So the movements go from your complete spirit consciousness, penetrate your soul, from there work down in a harmonizing way into your life body, and from there penetrate into your physical body. And so through this practice of eurythmy, your bodies come into an extraordinary alignment. And for instance, with respect to this whole COVID story that we've been through, whatever your perspective on it is, we can say, I've never been afraid at any point. I've always felt so grounded in trust and confidence of being fully aligned with my spiritual intentions. I'm not afraid of dying, not afraid of getting sick. I'm also not afraid of the vaccine. I live my life in alignment. And this is something that I've known is possible for all of us. And for that, I've always wanted to make Eurythmy available to as many people as possible because it's such a beautiful gift. And so thank you for joining on this journey. And let's build up our lessons again for this COVID vaccine support, choosing a series of movements that will make you strong and weave your ego into your life body in a way that gives you strength and sustenance. We begin with the first movement meditation. Weight bears downwards and light streams upwards. Stand in your center. Let the distractions of the day melt away. We are here. We are present. And now, in acknowledgement of the fact that we live on multiple dimensions at the same time, first acknowledge your debt to the earth. Weight bears downwards. From this point above your heart, let lines of strength penetrate deep into the earth, 6 feet, 6 meters, deep, dark, strong, and sure. I color this experience in myself. I imagine it in the color blue. And then from here, below the solar plexus, reach towards the light using a different kind of muscle activity, lightness. I color this experience yellow. And I feel myself living in light streams upwards. And then here where the two triangles overlap, connecting the solar plexus and the heart in a diamond of green, I feel in the middle, I hold the balance. I know my heavenly part, my earthly part, and my very human center, my feeling heart. And again, weight bears downwards. And Light streams upwards. Remember, you're working for these sensations. Don't use your eyes. Awaken your sense of movement, of feeling in your body. In the middle, I hold the balance. Look straight ahead, but you don't need to focus on the computer screen, especially if you've learned these exercises already. So you don't need to look at me for coaching. One more time. Use open gaze with your eyes. Look forward, but don't focus if you don't need to. Weight bears downwards. Send your feeling deep into the earth. Light streams upwards. Your feeling goes up towards the clouds, towards the sun, towards the stars. Light streams upwards. Take a big breath through your abdomen. In the middle, I hold the balance. And release. And release. And now, as I've said before, we need to open our sensation of what I call the backspace, the space behind us, to overcome this sense of being scrunched into the material world where we have a lot of our stress, tension, anxiety. If we can slough that off, we have already taken a huge step towards well-being. And we open that with a very beautiful and simple exercise called the angel wings. Feel where your scapulas are, your shoulder blades. Feel your arms like great wings. Raise them and cross them above your head. And now, if possible, imagine you can see yourself from behind. And in doing so, move your arms with this greatest possible movement below, as if you're moving your great angelic wings, and raise them above. Yes, let me turn so you can watch me from behind. And low and above. And again, keep your eyes open and practice this feeling that even with your eyes open, you can make yourself fully aware of the world of the stars, the invisible world that's always here for our health and help and sustenance. And let's do that one more time. And above. And rest. Now, in a therapeutic eurythmy session, we often bring our hands here for the resting position. It's not obligatory. Sometimes we just drop them here. But if I put my hands here, I feel that I'm staying in my etheric fullness. So let's try that tonight. After doing the angel wings, last week I went straight on to do the reverence exercise. Tonight, I'll save that for the end of the sequence. And now we'll go into the COVID vaccine support series. E, and then a series of A's, a series of L's, more A's, more L's, more A's, and then the T again, followed by the E. And we do this sequence 3 times. Are you ready? We begin with the T, a sound born out of the constellation of Leo, bringing great macrocosmic forces right into us, from below to your sides to above, and right into your crown, T. And Feel as if a bolt of lightning strikes through you and your body accepts it, as if you have golden bowls at all of the chalices, all of the chakras, and they accept this power from above. And now, in response, we're going to do 5 times the A with your arms. Each time you're feeling yourself focused, here I am. And then we go on to the L, the sound born of Capricorn, where we work directly with the etheric forces, bringing movement, life, light. Here we go down again into darkness. Notice how this makes you breathe and creates this wonderful feeling of well-being here. Hold your hands. Thank you. And now with your feet, once again, I'll lift my dress a little bit. And the first time we'll do it just in standing, the simple way. 5 times I'll cross my feet. A, really squeezing them together. I stepped on my shoelace, that's why I stumbled. A, again, A, and A. Feet together. Arms wide. Yeah. And now with the arms, 5 times. And now once again, the T. From below, don't hurry. Be sure you get the whole circle from the sides, from above, into yourself. T. Feel that all the way down to your feet. And then from your heart, carefully ray out symmetrically above and below. E. Now holding this self-awareness of how we stand in the balance. Move one hand up and the other down. And repeat again. If we were to say what this sounds like, this is E. And rest. Good, we'll do that again. Intentionally, I didn't speak throughout that whole last series so that you can see what that feels like. I never speak when I'm doing the exercises. This time I will speak them for you, so you have this somatic sense impressed on you on what you should be imagining with your inner ear, but don't speak. A, 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 A. Light, life, Love. This time we'll do a more complex sequence with the legs. A, and then we'll twist and come forwards. A, walking forwards. A, A, A. I really grip my legs together, feeling my legs. Normally we live a bit too lightly in ourselves. Now we're going to untwist the leg like that. A, working our way backwards. A, A, A. Once again, the sound of light changing darkness into light and changing death into life and changing hate into love. Hell. Sound that goes into all the shadow places and changes them. And again, with the A, we imprint the ego with all of its health, A, into our etheric body. A, A, A. And once again, from below to the sides and above, and prepare yourself to feel it all the way through. E. And in response, the enlivened heart knows itself to be holding the balance. E. 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 And one last time. E. A. 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 Firmly, decisively. Now into the shadow places and release them, transform them. Darkness into light. Death into life. Hate into love. And you can feel that whole process is also moving right through your abdomen when you do that, right through your core. All right. And now with the legs, this time I'll do it even a little more complexly. I step, bring my feet together, go up on my toes. A, and down again. Let that be a challenge for you to ground yourself. Up on your toes. A. Engage the warrior in yourself. A. Bring your back foot forward, step, and then bring your front or the other leg up against it. A. Again, take your back leg up, bring the other leg against it. A. Now we reverse it. Take your front leg back and push the other leg against it from in front. A. Take your front leg, move it in back, and the other leg now comes at it from in front. A. Your front leg back, In total balance, A, A. And of course, if balance is hard for you, it means you probably need it even more. A, A. And the last time, A, A. And again, these forces of life, as I said, they're happening in your metabolism at the same time that they're happening all around you, like as in concentric circles. Light, light, love, A, A, A. All the way through yourself to your feet. With the T, you are building your ego into yourself from outside. And now with the E, you respond by expressing your ego from within. And rest. We've done that series now 3 times. That's what I recommend to you. Although if you have the time and want to do more, it wouldn't hurt to do it a few more times. And now for a beautiful culmination, it's very nice if we do the reverence exercise, which intensifies the relationship between this addiction, this dedication, this overwhelming experience we have, the sense world, and the release we have into the spiritual world. It's like the yin and the yang, the microcosmic nature, the macrocosmic starry world. So we'll do this 7 times tonight. With love and appreciation, step forward. You can take 1 step or more if you have more room and create this Remember, not too wide, not too narrow, a really strong, clear, appreciative just this wide. Feel the world is so beautiful. Then your beloved angel taps you on your shoulders and said, yes, and this is where it comes from. And you open yourself to the starry world behind you. Thank you. Feeling yourself in your back all the way down until with your mind you get to your heels. And at that moment, you can come back, you can reflect and feel yourself standing balanced between front and back space. And again, as you come forward, you pretty much ignore the backspace for a moment. I love the world. Now, with reverence, this is a gesture of reverence. And now reverence for everything behind you. Now you're not using your eyes at all. They're not closed, but you're using this new sense of eyes all the way through your back, looking at stars until you get to your heels. And now you stand balanced between front and back space. Yes, and if you could walk through the world like this, holding your back open, you wouldn't be as overwhelmed. You would really be a carrier of good health. And again, I love the world. Every night, I go back to the spirit world I bathe in the stars all the way down to your heels. Breathe differently now. And again, ah, by your backspace, using your angel wings and the eyes you have in your back, eyes that are made for stars. All the way down through the backs of your legs to the backs of your heels. You are in balance. And again, ah, through your back. Again, ah, all the way through your back. And one last time. Ah, and release. Hold your arms and feel how you are standing differently in yourself than you stood half an hour ago. You're breathing differently. Your blood is flowing richly. You're calm. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to just review with this that I worked on the sequence with Dr. Rentea, and he gave them to be kind of an adjunct from the therapeutic point of view to the medicines, the homeopathic or the supplements made out of tuja that you can get through the pharmacy. And you should do these exercises if you're doing them for your support to help strengthen your ego in yourself. You should do these exercises once in the morning and once in the evening, twice a day, as we just did them. Ideally, for the 2 weeks before you do your injection, 2 weeks afterwards, and then 2 weeks before the second one, and 2 weeks after. That could mean you end up doing them for 6 weeks. No problem. It will only make you stronger. So, we have, let me see, we have about 25 people, I don't know how many in here tonight. And I know that there are also, when I look on the records, about 250 people who watch these exercises on YouTube. That might include some of you who go back and watch every day. But if you're someone who's watching these on YouTube, you really should sign up and register for these exercises on my website, eurythmyonline.com, because then you get the PDFs, which really enhance everything that we're learning. So, dear friends, dear people, this is the last of this series. We've been doing these short webinar sequences since last December, I believe. And this is the last one that I'm going to do for a while. It's been fun to have these evening ones because I know that they're especially accessible to students in Asia. That's been really nice to know that they're with us, although my European friends don't get to watch, the wrong time zone for them. I am going to take a break now. I have some personal things to do. And I will at some point do another series or two There, I have had requests for doing things for stiff bodies, request for helping with computer overload, a request for dealing with stress and anxiety, things like that. So there's a lot more that we could do, but I'm even more excited to look forward towards the autumn when I'm going to begin a whole nother series of longer modules like the ones that I've been doing in the morning since last June. I have a number of people who have been wanting to get in and start from the beginning again. And all of you, I hope you might think of joining them. They're really rich series, and we'll go through rod exercises and colors and forms and poetry and all these things. And it never hurts to come on board whenever you're free. So look for that. We're also, Michelle, my wonderful co host, and I are going to send out a survey to you this week. For me to build the next steps of this program, I would really be so very, very grateful for your feedback. So I hope you will be able to do that. And until my next series, be well. And before I forget, I'm looking forward to doing these lecture courses again, like the one that I did for human and cosmic evolution. And I envision doing at a minimum a series on the Archangel Michael in the fall, also the journey through experiencing through eurythmy, but the journey after death and before birth, all of that. There will be more series, but I haven't chosen my topics yet. If you put that in the survey, you could help us to determine what we're going to do. Thank you. My heart is going out to all of you. Be well. And let's give Michelle a moment to say goodbye. So I'm sure you're all typing goodbyes to her. Any questions, Michelle?
No, but I just want to share with you that there are messages coming in about the sound tonight being so much better. And I didn't say, oh yes, well, we were on for about an hour after this morning's class to figure that out. But I just want you to know that people appreciate it.
Oh, do you know how much we appreciate? Michelle and I have been more or less tearing out our hair trying to figure this out because if anyone knows what a dongle is, I needed to change out my dongle, and that seems to have solved the problem. So
Ay.
technology, the gods of technology may, oh my goodness. I think they're a little bit envious of the goodness of what eurythmy is, but we're going to just bless them.
Yes, blessings. Blessings upon all of our technology that is making this possible. Yes, and blessings upon all of the folks who join us and support this with their donations. And
Yeah.
yes, this is such a joy to do this with so many people in so many places. Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you, Michelle, always. And my very best wishes go out to all of you. I really hope a lot of you will continue the journey. Thank you. Be well. Bye bye.